for match number 4 today. Laven and Zamar versus Machinsky and Nasumi. Let's see how they're going to choose to play this one out as we get here into this next matchup, and our gates open. The double stealth comp, how are they going to play? Look, they're starting to both players starting in stealth, as one might expect.
Yeah, and good flanks too, good positioning. Oh, immediately gets caught by Laven though.
Yep, Laven with the reactive beheading catches the stealth engage here and forces the V. Laven looks like he is absolutely on DP right now as he is sitting here taking no damage by the double engagement here, but Zamar does get knocked down. He's not getting paid attention to as both players are trying to focus on Laven, but he's just killing everybody. Laven is 1v2ing while Zamar's sitting in the back line on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think that was that's a DP set there, Dr. B, unless he is extremely fast and good at swapping. But because his V is popped just then, it's the Witch versus the Kunoichi now.
Maybe not.
And
yeah, his V is gone.
And that's the V. So that was a good play from Nitsumi there in the 1v2 situation. Popped both Vs. I think she still has her V available. So it's going to be a tall order, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, but look at that. He's about to get this kill. He takes him out. Taking out Laven here, definitely not in DP, but gets the follow-up grab here on
Yeah,
Zamar.
she still had her E-buff damage up, and she has a lot of damage. I got caught with the Shadow Stomp, I believe, at a fucking, a really solid Shadow Stomp.
On this Kunoichi and takes out Laven and Zamar. One win to the side of Machinsky and Nasumi.
Filter win. I think it was a bit miscoordinated from Laven and his witch buddy there, because in the beginning they got the CC. Basically, it seems like the witch has been a little just out of range for pretty much all of Laven's engages. So because the witch has pretty relatively close range AoEs, as 1v is popped immediately.
Yep, that was actually a pretty heads-up decision there from Zamar, popping the Jin Blizzard to just catch both players out of their stealth as they were walking up the middle of the arena. So 1v there popped.
And another one on the witch because Laven ran to the other side of the arena, leaving his witch partner alone against the ninja. Not exactly the best scenario for your witch to survive.
Yeah, that was kind of me going back into my roots after getting 2v1 a lot and just trying to get away and kite them out.
He does get up and get out and E-buffs and is going to immediately eviscerate the witch. So Laven in the 1v2. Ooh, gets the catch onto the ninja, but he's going to be out.
Yeah, Laven here trying to brawl it out here with Nitsumi. He wants to get this revenge kill. So Laven sitting there in the stiffness here. He does have a 1v2 to try to navigate here, as he's going to dance himself around trying to find some sort of any engagement. The Murderous Intent's going wide. Block jump does go. He goes for the risky grab, actually. Machinsky does, but he gets the kill anyway. He's able to get it because he's in that 1v2 situation, and Laven and Zamar are kind of getting taken to town right now by Machinsky and Nasumi in this double stealth composition.
Yeah, they're doing super well for sure.
It's really, whenever you run a Witcher Wizard, coordination requirement for that composition is like very high. You have to be coordinated with your Witcher Wizard. Otherwise, you're like, if you try and do 2-1-1s or kind of scrap at all, you won't win that.
Yeah, GoodVibesGuy is right, honestly. And I was not doing a very good job back in Zamar. I just kind of wake myself up a little bit.
To be supported or to support.
All right, let's take a look and watch Zamar as he pilots the series. Let's drop all of that AoE. Good night, Nitsumi, as his V is popped here. And another V there. Very quick V pops there from Zamar and Laven, forcing those cooldowns out of their opponents. Very, very well played here. And now Nitsumi comes out of V off on the side of the arena here. He's in a 1v2 temporarily. Voltaic Pulse is not going to catch him out of stealth here, but he does get stunned, and Laven's going to take him out to the static field from Zamar, and the huge burst of damage. Zamar putting the team on his back, saying, you know what, I've been getting picked on too much in this round. I'm going to show you guys what witches feel like, and he gets 2 kills for himself.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Laven's just hovered around the witch's AoE the whole time, which meant that anytime an opponent came near the witch, whether they were in stealth or not, they were either taking damage or being CC'd by the witch. And if they weren't, then Laven was right there to follow up. So that's the kind of coordination that will make that come.
All right, let's see if they can do it again here as we're going to watch this engage attempt here. Both Machinsky and Nasumi staying out of stealth in this engagement here, getting Ice shards rained upon their heads, but no real significant damage happening. Laven's gonna go in, gets a no CC from the beheading. I thought he did, but he did get a knockdown onto Nitsumi, but it's not gonna matter.
Oh, the double meteor!
The meteor gets 2 knockdowns, and Zamar with the insane performance here, dumping the meteor on both of them. Does get soaked up there by a Shadow Stomp, but no, look at that, still had his V here. Machinsky held that cooldown, but the double meteor knockdown.
Yeah, so it was actually Laven who kind of distracted them long enough for Zamar to get that meteor cast off. He did land, I think it was a stiffen right at the beginning. There's the heading. It's going to be the end of Machinsky, 2-2 now. But as I was saying, Laven went first and I think he did land at least one CC and then a knockdown as well. But he stalled long enough for the Witch to get the meteor off. Meteor landed, and then it was easy to clean up from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic play so far. And look at that, it's 2-2. The next match will be the decider. Laven and Zamar threatening the reverse sweep here of Machinsky and Nitsumi. After Nitsumi's hard carry in that first round,
you know, I haven't seen a protected area yet from
Zamar, yeah.
Zamar. So that should, in theory, be an easy round for them if they can use that properly.
All right, let's take a look, see whether he chooses to do it or not. The beheading does not end up getting the stiffen there, or the stun rather, and it's just a big cluster damage. Zamar's the one under a lot of pressure. He channels that earthquake and gets the stiffen. He has to V out of it though, and it's Laven and Machinsky in a 1v1 because their teammates have V'd. Who will win the ninja 1v1? Let's find out here as they are dancing around each other, looking for all the world like Danum and Mazap, but it's not gonna happen. Laven looks like he is coming out on top here. He gets knocked down though by Nitsumi, sweeping it at the very end, but it's Zamar on the other side, gets the stun, he's still alive. Zamar pops the protected area at the last possible second, uses that voltaic pulse to keep himself safe. He's going to stay alive, heal himself back up to full. The clutchest protected area cast I've ever seen in my entire life. Keeps himself alive, and it's now the HP advantage back to Laven and Zamar again if they top themselves up after that. V's forced from Machinsky. Does have the suicide fall here. Nitsumi's going to try to do the 1v2 again. He has Zamar on the ground. Let's take a look and see what he can do with it. But Laven's playing defense. He's going to take him out. Good night. Laven protecting his teammate now, the ninja. Machinsky is in the 1v2. Can he take it out here? But it's just so much lightning here. The detonative flow does not end up getting it. Voltaic pulse clips off the side, and it is one last burst of damage from the explosions of Zamar. They complete the reverse sweep. Laven and Zamar move on to the top 8.
Yeah, that was a good round. That was you know, a little shaky there at the beginning for Laven and Zamar, but they found their form. Laven realized, oh, you know, I should probably not play like a solo ninja and stick to my witch. And once they figured that out, it was pretty easy from there.
Are all loaded up and ready to go. Also answering questions in chat. When does 3v3 signups start? Soon, TM. As soon as we're done making the sign up sheet for it. In the next couple of days, probably you'll see that in our Discord. If you want to play, go ahead and join !Discord to find out what we have to offer. As we do have this started up, meteor drop down right in the middle as Hula Pooper goes in for the engagement. Perky J cannot quite find it, but it's actually Laven that takes all the damage. Laven's gone.
Yeah.
Quad eviscerates Laven.
I did not expect that damage, honestly.
Laven. Now Zamar, which is in a 1v2 against a Kunoichi and a Musa, but gets the knock up onto Perky J. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to get stunned up by the Dragon Bite, knocked into the ground here and taken down. His V is going to be popped. He gets right back up out of it, blinks away to heal himself back up. He's going to be able to do that successfully. Let's see what he can do here. Voltaic Pulse does blank the CC engage from Quad. Does not get this freeze, however, though. Gets put on the ground by the suicide fall. You have to admit Zamar is going down right about now. And it's Perky J and Triva that take the first win.
Yeah, so that's the thing about the composition is if they go for Laven first, it's much harder for the witch to back him up than it is for him to back the witch up. So if they continue to focus Laven, they may have a much harder time.
I should also mention that as soon as I mentioned Savage Rift, we lost about 50 viewers. So if that's not a symbol of anything, I don't know what is. So sorry for offending the exactly 50 Savage Rift players that do exist in BDO. In the meantime, we've got a match coming up as Laven does get stiffened and knocked up. He is going to be on the ground here. He might go down again. He has to V out. 2 Vs for so quickly. Triva and Perky J feeling themselves right now, as they now have the pressure advantage.
Yeah, they're playing really well. I mean, I did notice Perky J's, wow, that's a lot of damage as he gets blown up and a death onto the Musa.
Wait. What happened? They had their V's popped and they came out of V and immediately blew up Quad.
Try to get a stun on her, but
Laven and Zamar reversing the situation entirely.
good timing there.
I was expecting that to go the other way.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, if they do get the witch damage off onto someone, then that's a huge game changer. But so far, Zamar has, wow, that's a big server ascension to finish up that round, evening it to 1-1. But Zamar has not been able to get pretty much anything off or do anything a witch is good at, which is basically damage. And so they actually found that opportunity. I think that they actually got a little bit too cocky. The PerkyJ and the Musa
has not been able to do anything that a witch is good at. That's a little harsh commentary there, GoodVibesGuy. But you know what? Possibly well-deserved. Who knows? As we do have the count even up to 1-1, Zamar definitely finding a way to do things that witches are good at that time. Channels the Meteor, does not find a knockdown onto anybody just yet. We have the stealth classes dueling it up on the side here as we have kind of two protracted 1v1s as Laven comes back to save his teammate. Tries to put some damage in, gets damage onto PerkyJ, but can't quite get a CC or anything like that. Oh, big knockdown there from Zamar, gets the double CC. Forces out 1v. Laven had to retreat there as well. He has to be out of that.
He almost had that.
Interrupts it.
Yeah, but Laven forces both V's himself after Zamar has to be out there too. No cooldowns left from anybody. Laven is the only one that's not invisible on the side of the arena right now. He's going to regroup with Zamar now.
There's the Meteor cast. See if it lands on a random player in the...
Yeah, we don't know where they're starting as PerkyJ is trying to find an engagement here. He gets a Meteor dropped on him and doesn't CC him. Quad going in to try to find a CC. He does get Laven on the ground. Good night. Taken out with that last tick of damage. It's a huge burst actually going on to PerkyJ, but he's going to go down. He's not going to go down because Quad protects his man, takes out Zamar with the Crust Crusher.
I had a hard time with Kunos this tournament.
About to take out PerkyJ, but
I haven't had a good opportunity to fight solid Kunos in a long time, so I was definitely really rusty on finding them.
You know, a nick.
I think
like
it's referring to a nick like a notch, like a.
Plus, I'm just scuffed, so.
Like a cut into the edge of.
Oh, I was imagining a nick like a Nicholas. Just in the nick of time. That would be a good like brand name for some guy named Nick who like sells watches or something. As we do have a suicide fall.
Well, Zeri protects Zamar that time.
On the ground, but not down by any stretch of the imagination, as he has to V. Laven also basically dead, down to 13% HP. They might drop this one. That's very, very close.
Yeah, that was interesting. They got Perky got the grab onto Zamar, but Laven was able to interrupt the combo. But in doing so, he got stunned by what is the moose's name? I keep.
What Quad? You mean?
Quad, yes.
Yeah,
Quad
the Force Vos V is there.
Quad now has to V. Now both V's down from the side of Quad and PerkyJ as well too. So both players.
I think that was protected area just cast as well.
All right, that's an interesting time to use it. Yeah, I don't think they cast it here as they are taking damage. Memory. Whoa, look at that double knockup. And Zamar with the double float, and Laven comes in with the blade spin to take him out. Zamar playing crazy double duty there with that float. Fantastic showing them from him. He's able to single-handedly set up that win.
Yeah, that float was everything. We were able to really throw damage down there.
Catch.
All right, now it's 2-2 again. Laven's matches are they're so tense here, and they are on the cusp of breaking into the top 4. They're so close. Now we have yet to see that protected area, you're right, used by Zamar whatsoever. Tries to get that CC in the knockdown, but he's the one that gets stiffened here by the split or by the stub arrow. Zamar might end up going down here. He's so low. He's gonna blink away and try to heal himself back up, and he gets chased down by Quad. He has to V out, leaving Laven in a 1v2 temporarily. He's gonna try to find a game sheet, gets it onto Quad, forces Quad's V. So Laven gets both V, actually 1 V down. PerkyJ still has his and gets knocked out by the Shadow Stop. Let's see if PerkyJ can force Laven's V.
Dude, those Shadow Stops are so fast.
Zamar's now up as well. He jumps right onto PerkyJ, tries to find some sort of CC. But he can't quite get it, as Zamar is almost certainly going down. Laven taken out, or Laven's V down. Zamar dead. Laven's going to have to 1v2 to get this win.
Yeah, it's a pretty tall order. They know where he is. They saw him, and now they're just gonna walk past each other in stealth. Or
Alright,
not.
let's take a look and see if Laven can pull off this 1v2. He's gonna try his absolute best. Let's see what happens. He goes in, tries to find something, but does get a stiff in there actually onto Perky J, but he can't capitalize on it. Goes in for the Murderous, but can't get it. Block jumps away, stays in stealth, goes in for another engage there, but can't quite get it. Goes in for another Serpent, gets the knockdown. Actually, he might be able to kill off Perky J. He does! Laven takes out Perky J. He's 1v2ing for his tournament life and entry to the semifinals, and now it's him versus Quad in the 1v2. Can Laven do it?
Letting my stamina catch up.
Only one Ninja Musa. Most people would give it to the Ninja here, but one misstep like that, a stun onto Laven into a knockdown. Does he have the damage? No, he doesn't. And there's the block jump, and this should be it for Quad. Maybe not.
It's
Is Quad
so
running a hybrid
close.
build?
I think they're both running hybrid builds, as neither of them can kill off the other in a full combination, as they're going to be capped at 50% HP starting right now. The tension is high. The kite back ability is in favor of Quad. He's going to be able to dictate where and when these engagements happen, as the stiff in there comes in from the Shadow Stomp is insane. It was a great block jump Shadow Stomp Serpent Ascension. Laven 1v2s, keeping his team alive, advancing himself into the quarterfinals, dragging Zamar from the depths of death up there with him. Fantastic showing there from the side of Laven. Oh man, he wants this. He's hungry for it.
Yeah, he pulled it out exactly when it was needed. I don't know if he was keeping it in the tank and holding back or what, but that was a very nicely done 1v2.
You have to
was
say
that another reverse sweep.
Yes, that was another reverse sweep, and you have to say, actually, yeah, it was a reverse sweep, and you, as I've tried to say 3 times, you have to say, for some of his perceived faults, Laven is one of the most clutch players that we've seen in the tournament. When he needs to perform, he performs. And that was a perfect example of kind of spotlights on, cameras on, what am I going to do about this? And he takes out Quad, pushing his team into the semifinals. Congratulations to him. He is, of course, moving on now with Zamar to face off against... I want to see her hit these double knockups that we've seen occasionally come out, but not reliably enough to really bank on it, right? So I think watching Zamar and how Zamar is going to be able to pilot this kind of very lethal combination of Sorceress and Kunoichi is going to be very interesting to watch. And how Laven decides to either play protectively or aggressively is going to come down to whether or not he makes or breaks his composition. But it looks like we're going to be ready and raring to go here for our first semifinal match, Benzie and Kip versus Zamar and Laven. Let's take a look and see who's going to take it. As we stare pensively.
So these guys are extremely skilled. Had a good fight with them for sure.
What Laven and Zamar
The Kuno was amazing.
To beat this composition.
Well, first and foremost, going to have to avoid getting engaged upon by Benzie as he goes in very aggressively to try to find something. Zamar gets taken very low. She channels the meteor to try to get away, but it's not going to work out. Drops it right in the middle of the arena. Does not get to see him. Gets knocked up and blown to pieces by Kip. Zamar has to be out. Now Laven's on the ground too. His V is gone. Benzie and Kip playing out of their minds in their first round, as we expect from these players.
I'm pretty upset with myself during this. I feel like I could have played a lot better.
Get much done. Laven is going to have to put on kind of hard carry pants and really, but he's on the ground right now getting blown up.
Yes, he
gets
is.
away just barely.
Zamar heals him back up to full. Her heal is so powerful as Zamar is going to try to get in with that Voltaic Pulse. It's not going to happen here. She blinks away to safety, but Laven now, no longer with that V cooldown, is trying to pressure out, but he's going to retreat back to the safety of his Witch.
Oh, a meteor lands on Benzie's head.
Yeah, doesn't
see
him
much
though.
more than that.
Yeah, Laven gets knocked down there. Benzie's going to put him in the grinder with that violation. Let's see what he can do with it. Zamar is dealing with Kip on the other side. Kip has Zamar on the ground. Nobody's going down though. Zamar gets caught up in the lethal spin, and it's the Karshan Nightmare that melts through.
Oh my god.
Goes down. He goes down to 2% HP.
I got her so low, dude.
On the other side, Kip kills off Laven, proving himself the superior stealth class player. Zamar, what are you going to do in this 1v2? You're going to juggle Kip on the ground. She's almost got this. Can she kill off Kip in the 1v2? Almost. Kip blinks back with that block jump, tries to get the kill, and Zamar has to V away.
Yeah, that was very good good attempt there by Zamar. But just not quite enough.
Well, it doesn't look like we actually get to watch this as our spectator client's getting blocked off, and Zamar is trying to 1v2. She's almost certainly going to go down, but is actually able to blink away and heal up. Gonna get capped at 50% HP, gets interrupted by the Blade of Darkness. Is she gonna have time to get up here? She pops the Voltaic Pulse to try to do some damage, cannot heal past 50% HP. Zamar
she was having a really hard time this fight with like dropping, like getting knocked out of super armors and stuff, which is the nature of the game.
Benji and Kip engaged on her, and there's the block jump grab. This should be it. Good kick, Fox Claw, and that's gonna be the
Yep, the final kill there does go in favor of Benzi and Kip finally. Alright, so they get the win. Zamar and Laven on the back foot, but only 1 win to 0 so far, so anything can still happen.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty surprised. Zamar and Laven are doing a pretty good job in the matchup, especially Zamar is doing a very good job against a Sorceress Kunoichi. 2 classes that are pretty difficult for a witch to take on, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Hats off to Zamar so far. Of course, the only player wearing a hat right now, so technically Zamar is the only player that could take a hat off. But, you know, we don't need to go into semantics here as Laven's getting put on the ground and
Dude, I love Dr.Positive, I'll be honest, man.
And so did Benzi, I think? Yeah, Benzi and Kip V'd out, and so did Laven.
Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't even see Benzi in that engagement.
Yeah.
Hey, same.
Zamar, the only one left with her V.
Ooh, good catch onto Kipars from Laven.
So we're fighting her that entire time, right?
So it is Benzi boy in the 1v2.
Yep, look at that. That was the slow cast Shadow Stomp that got the kill there. So Benzi is going to be hiding in the back end. What is going on? It looks like
he's throwing a flag to restart the match.
It looks like there might be.
He was saying that he couldn't do damage or like CC
We're going to take a look
at all.
See what's happening.
So he was like a little bit bugged or something.
Alright, so it looks like Benzi is tossing a flag. He might be experiencing an in-game bug. I think?
It sounds like his computer is freezing.
I can't tell if he's playing or not. He hasn't actually thrown the flag. So I think we are actually going to get back in-game. I can't tell if they're playing the game or not. So we're just going to go ahead and investigate what is going on right now, as there might be what appears to be a visual consume Benzi and Kip's flag for this match. They will not be able to throw another one.
So they threw a flag in the match, and then we're starting, and they're still up by 1.
Benzi and Kip. Whoever's on Team A is the one that had the win that time. So 1 win in favor of Benzi and Kip. I always get it mixed up because Laven's title has a red tinge to it. So
yep.
I always think he's on Team A, but he's on Team B. Alright, let's take a look and see what happens here as the engage now is going to open itself up, and let's see who takes this first win. Laven actually gets ripped to pieces and his V is forced immediately there. Benzi forces the V out of Zamar. Very, very quick showing there from them.
Yeah, that's both V's down. That's going to be a tough situation to come back from.
Yeah, very, very quickly too, as we have the Dream of Doom getting channeled there. Dropped into the side corridor. Nothing's going to come of it just yet as the meteor is bounced off the side. As let's take a look and see what Benzi's going to be doing here. As he does get that flank position, he gets stiffened out of the middle of his engagement here, and Zamar has been given up space. Finally gets grabbed off and finally gets the knockdown onto Laven, but he cannot capitalize on it. Kip kills off Zamar in the side corridor. Laven is now in a 1v2 situation. Let's take a look and see. We've seen Laven do this before. He's gotten these 1v2s before. Let's see if he can get them again, as he's going to try his absolute hardest, I am sure, right here to make something happen. As he goes in, lethal spin from Kip, though, is going to push him back out. Trying to find engagement. Looks like on Benzi.
I got fooled by the Grim Reaper.
Could be the end. Oh, he just barely gets up and block jumps away. He's still alive. Oh, he gets the knockdown, but Benzi is right there.
Yeah, very, very good.
I got fooled by a Grim Reaper. That's something I always do. I need to get better at that.
With Kip over Laven and Zamar.
I'm like really good at spotting that sometimes, and then like really bad at spotting that other times.
Eventually kind of wore Zamar down with attrition. This time it was kill Laven first, and then, or rather kill Zamar first, and then kill off Laven slowly but surely. So that seems to be the purview here for Benzi and this squad.
Yeah, I think one of the effective things about. Oh, that's a meteor cast. It's going to be caught out. Laven's on the ground, and so is Zamar. That's a lot of damage being thrown out. Laven just survives, and so does Zamar, but just barely teleports away. He's going to get that heal.
Yeah, neither of them have used their V. They're going to heal back up here, but Kip's pressure is relentless, and Benzie comes in for the last hit, saying, thank you very much, I will take that. Forces Laven's V.
Yeah, she couldn't V.
Benzie and Kip on a rampage here.
Like I said, just having a really hard time,
Yeah,
like, dropping the super armors.
The nice thing about Benzie and Kabarish, as Laven gets knocked up and taken out solo by Kip there. But they're both very, as we said, they're both very good duelist classes, and they're both very good duelists. And so they split up, and usually they go for separate targets. And then whichever person successfully lands the CC, they will collapse on. But basically, they split, go for each individual target, and then base their next move off of the success of their engages individually.
All right, let's see if they can do it again here, as it looks like Kip is going to be going for the side here. Zamar drops that Blizzard, but he gets engaged upon for it. Zamar is going to be probably going down here. She gets killed off by Benzie's Bloody Calamity, and now Benzie's on the 1v1 here, trying to kill off Laven with that violation. That's the old school DPS rotation. Not going to do as much damage as he wants it to, but still enough to get him down very, very low. Benzie pops his E-buff too, tries to get that float there with the Shadow Ignition, but it's not going to happen here. Trucks the G-move to him off the side too. Laven's cutting back around here. Now he has to deal with Kip, as Laven does get himself away, still has his E-buff, but does knock down, block jump out of the CC from Kip, tries to find some sort of engage here, dances around, misses the murderous intent, but can't get anything as he's going to stance his way away, back into stealth. But doesn't look like he's going to find anything. Shadowstop also goes wide as well. Goes in, does get the stiffen off the murderous attempt, but he can't capitalize on it here as he gets stunned up, knocked down, and V's popped.
Yeah, I mean, his movement is really clean. He's doing a good job surviving.
My weapons got put away after I came out of V here. I'm really salty about that. I had to take my weapon back out, and that's when I got CC'd. Salty at that.
Hate to see it, but that's a 4-0.
Not like I could have won not like I could have won a 1v2, but still.
Of Laven and Zamar, they did their absolute best there. Very, very well done.
Yeah, so hats off to those two. They did exceptionally well. Very, very, very difficult opponents and a really good fight for sure. And we are moving to third place. Well, the third place match.
But in the meantime, we have a third and fourth place match to demonstrate, as we are set and ready to go for third and fourth place, Laven and Zamar versus Inflict and Friendo. Let's take a look and see this one. As our gates are going to rise.
What is the situation in which Laven and Zamar can win this?
Focus down Friendo super hard, because Laven does have the ability to get those stealth engages. I think that'll be one way that it can work out very well, but this is the way you don't win, is when Zamar gets completely run over and Laven has to be out as well. What was that, 8 seconds of engagement? 2 Vs popped immediately, so that is not how they take the win.
Yeah,
and then Zamar gets knocked down. She's going to get pounded to the ground. There's a giant berserker chasing her down. Actually gets the reversal, but the Corpse Storm is going to be good. Shredded down by the Resonance. She goes down. Now Friendo is under a little bit of pressure from Laven, but Laven's going to get eviscerated. They're like, that last match did not feel good about it.
Yeah, that's something that, Berserker just literally ran up to and just grabbed her, and that was it. So that's the tough part, is as soon as the Witch starts casting an ability, which usually in these types of matches, they usually walk out the gate and start channeling either a Blizzard or a air. And in that round, the Berserker was too fast for her.
Yeah, let's see what happens now. Are they going to adjust their playstyle at all, or is it going to be more of the same? Here's Inflict's running at Zamar again. He's got eyes on the prize. He wants to smash Zamar into the ground, but it's not going to happen as Zamar does stand up, use that Voltaic Pulse to deal with the knockdown potential coming out of Inflict, but it's Laven that gets pinned up against the wall by Friendo. He has to be out. Zamar's going to be put on the ground. Her V's gone too. Once again, a kind of a repeat of the same match.
Yep, they were able to V out this time.
Yeah, Laven gets chased out of his V once again and taken down. Now Zamar is going to be alone.
Oh no, here comes Inflict charging.
Doesn't look like we're actually going to get to see it, though, as it would be too easy if the spectator client functioned correctly. The rolling golem that's trying to push Inflict back, jumping straight over it. Doesn't
he gets so torn up about that. I love it.
Goodbye, Zamar. Hello, 2 wins to 0. Very quick, surreptitious victories here for Inflict and Friendo.
I love when he gets upset about the spectator
Alright,
client and
let's
stuff
take a
like
look
that.
see
It
what
cracks me
his
up.
pace, or whether Zamar and Laven are going to have anything to say about it.
Not because he's upset, just because it's so funny.
If they play passive and let Friendo and Inflict come to them, that's just not going to work. I think the Witch has to play aggressively, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Let's take a look, see what happens. Once again, Inflict is just tunnel visioned onto Zamar, but the knockdown is good out of actually Friendo from Zamar there. Let's take a look and see what happens here. No, it's just a big cluster of damage everywhere. No one's going down just yet. Inflict's going to heal up the damage that he's had to take. Gonna kite backwards here. Frendo's under 2v1 pressure as Inflict actually kind of ran away to the other side. Inflict tries to get in there. He gets knocked up and floated. Frendo's under a lot of pressure too. Zamar putting on the carry pants, saying, I'm gonna kill some people too.
That's exactly the strategy that I wanted to see, where the Witch is kind of the bait, and then Laven goes in and they just get the damage and disrupt as much as possible. As Inflict gets caught and knocked down on the ground, but Laven's interrupted. Yep. But it's not gonna matter as they get blown.
Yep, that's what happens when Zamar has room to do stuff. So she takes out both of them. It's 2 wins to 1. Laven and Zamar strike back. Very, very well played from them so far.
Yeah, well, I think Laven actually did a fantastic job that round of doing exactly that strat of letting them come to Zamar, but interrupting them and catching them. And then Zamar has an opportunity to, right, if she gets knocked down, or if she manages to dodge a CC, and Laven successfully counters, then they have a perfect opportunity for Zamar to just lay into them.
Alright, let's take a look and see.
Like that.
Yep, there's a huge burst of damage. Frendo's V is forced immediately. Inflict does have Zamar in his clutches here, but Laven's going to be able to defend. Let's take a look and see. He actually gets the disruption there, the juggle and the down smash from the split shot, so he's going to be able to chase Zamar down, but the Shadow Stomp interrupts his grab. And it's a big katana shower. Look at this, it's just a giant mess. Zamar is able to kill off Friendo with the rolling golem. Laven V's out too, but nobody dies except for Friendo.
Yep, that's exactly what Laven and Zamar need, as Inflict is now stuck in a 1v2. He's still hard tunneling onto Zamar, but he's going to get knocked up, and V.
Yep, Laven gets the V force there out of Inflict, so Zamar protected very, very well here. Alright, we have a big meteor channel here, waiting, trying to figure out where, or he gets actually, I'm pretty sure Stiffen clipped by that meteor, but it's going to be a 1 versus 2 for Inflict. He gets interrupted out of his Flame Buster channel there. Zamar gets pretty low, but Inflict and Friendo get taken down eventually, and Zamar and Laven that even up the count 2-2.
Yeah, that was a really good attempt there by Inflict. He almost was able to take out Zamar. But Laven was able to interrupt the combo and save his part.
All right, 2 wins to 2. Still anyone's game as we get into match number 5. All right, pensively waiting for the gates to rise. Jin Blizzard once again getting channeled, but he cancels out of it. No, he doesn't cancel out of it. He's just gonna like carpet bomb Inflict and Friendo, but it never does any damage, as she's gonna get punished again. This is the second time that Zamar's gotten punished for channeling that Blizzard at the outset, but goodbye, Laven. He's gone. Zamar
did not see the ancient wave coming.
Yeah, that is not.
Or else I would have V'd.
Zamar wants to be, as Inflict just runs in, doesn't get the grab, but massive damage going in onto Zamar. She's able to teleport out.
Yep, Zamar gets kited back, or is able to kite backwards here and get away from Inflict and Friendo. But Frendo's got the grab. Zamar has no V. This is almost certainly going to be the kill. Good. Bye, Zamar. 3 wins to 2. Match point to Inflict and Friendo.
Yeah, Zamar's been doing a pretty good job of avoiding the grabs for the most part. But sometimes she just stays a little bit too long in those animations and kind of commits to casting spells at the wrong time. Yep. Which allows Inflict to get in close enough to get the grab.
Absolutely, and it does in fact look like right at the last possible moment there has been another disconnect. Let's go ahead and investigate exactly who it is and what is going on here.
So basically how it works is you get 3 opportunities to DC from the tournament. And if you pass those 3 DCs, then you forfeit your position to just move things along, and that's just the rules. So that was Friendo's third DC, which makes them forfeit the match. So we got third place. Not how I wanted to get third place, but we did get third place. Kind of sucks for Inflict and Friendo, and I'm sorry that happened. But it's just nature of the beast, I guess. You know, it could have happened to us, and it'd just go the other way. But it was an amazing fight. We were down by 1, and I was really looking forward for more, without a doubt. As for the entire tournament, I had a really good time with it. I definitely dropped the ball in some areas. I mean, per the usual, right? But definitely trying to improve and kind of just continuously work on myself as a PvPer, and where I can kind of like, I don't know, express how I've been changing or express how I've wanted to take things slightly more seriously in certain environments. Dr.Positive definitely got something right, and it's hard for me sometimes to like, I don't always want to go like, or like, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but basically I don't always want to go like fucking 110%. And these tournaments are kind of an opportunity for me to do that, and I really enjoy that. It's a lot of fun. So third place, we're gonna do the 3v3s next month and kind of see how things turn out. And so far on the leaderboards, I am 9th. So I'm 9th in NA, in the BSL, and then so yeah, pretty cool stuff. Thank you very, very, very much for watching.